In the historic city of Crown Point, Indiana, sits an icon of American history. Built in 1882, the old Lake County Jail saw its fair share of inmates over the years, but one in particular made the jail the subject of headlines across the country: American gangster John Dillinger. In 1934, Dillinger managed to create a fake, realistic-looking gun, rounded the guards into a cell, and made his escape from the jail. The breakout was so famous it became the subject of the movie Public Enemies, which starred Johnny Depp as Dillinger and was filmed inside the building itself. For this investigation, we were joined by our friends and fellow paranormal team, Paranormal Quest, to see if we could make contact with Dillinger and the other spirits said to roam the cell blocks of this old jail.
My name is Sandy Boyd, and I am part of the foundation that owns the Old Lake County Jail in Crown Point, Indiana. I've been here at the Old Lake County Jail approximately 11 years, and the minute I walked in and took my first tour here, I felt the energy here. The history that's here is amazing. When you walk through the different cell blocks and the house, you can just feel everything that must have went on in this building. Not long after I started, we started ghost hunts here, and we started letting people come in. And the things that were captured on film and in pictures and EVPs, it was amazing to everybody how much the spirits that are here want to talk, and they want to tell you their story. Some of the things we've caught: dark mists, white mists, we've caught full body apparitions, images on thermal cams, and the EVPs, they tell you stories. They let you know that they're here and that they're still here and they're willing to communicate with you. In the jail, there's many different cell blocks that were used for different purposes. And there's a large cell block that we call general population. And there is a metal bench in that cell block that's original from 1908 when this addition was built. And there were 3 of us sitting on that bench one night. And we had been told that there were 2 guards that had allowed 2 inmates to stab each other, that they didn't stop the fight. So while we were sitting there that night on the metal bench, we kind of called out the guards and asked them why they weren't doing their job, why they allowed that to happen. And as we were voicing our questions, something hit the bench. And it hit hard enough that the whole bench shook, and it was so loud that the 3 of us actually did stand up and walk out and took a breather before we came back in and tried to communicate again. But it was amazing the instant response we got from calling somebody out. So we have many different groups that come through, and we get to experience all the different types of equipment that all the groups are using out there now. And we also have psychics and mediums that come through and talk to us about what they're seeing in here. So on the 3rd floor in Federal, we were told by a medium that he felt there was a priest saying Latin prayers. So when we were in here one night, we decided to play Latin prayers on the phone. And I was holding the phone, and while the prayers were going on, I tried to swallow, and it felt hard to swallow, and then it felt a little hard to breathe, and then I felt pressure on my neck, and at that point, I had the feeling I was actually being choked. So we immediately turned off the Latin prayers, and I did have to leave that area for the pressure to go away that was on my throat. I think one of the amazing things about people coming in and investigating here in this jail is watching their experience and watching them go through different areas and experience kind of the same things we do. But then we see people that have anxiety attacks and panic attacks, people that don't feel like themselves when they're in here, people that feel nauseated, dizzy, instant headaches, actually get sick sometimes. We've seen people get scratched. There's just a lot of different experiences, personal experiences we've watched. We've also watched them get some really good evidence on different equipment. The best thing about being part of the Old Sheriff's House Foundation is I do a lot of research. I find out a lot about the types of inmates and people that were here in this building. The more we find out, the more that when we come into the cells, we can call out names, call out different crimes that were here. And as we do that, we find we have more activity. First floor, we had a female who killed 3 of her children with arsenic. The more we called out, it seemed the more response we got. Third floor federal, there is a solitary confinement cell on that floor. And it's always been more negative than other areas in the jail. So doing research and finding out more about who was kept in that cell block, we did come across the story of a man who went to the judge and exposed some activities that were going on here in the jail with the guards. And the guards retaliated on this man, and he was beaten and thrown into that cell. And we think maybe he's the one that's not at rest in there. Those are 2 of probably the more negative areas of the jail that we investigate. Through research that I've done for the Old Lake County Jail here, many stories have come out about the different kinds of people that were in here and what happened to them when they were in here. A lot of suicides in the building, attempted suicides. We had an inmate that ran headfirst into the bars trying to take his own life. And then there's stories of inmates that hung themselves from their own bunks. There was also a man here who set himself on fire. Another man slit his throat ear to ear. Different investigators that have come through the building have often had experiences where they feel like something is run up on them very quickly, low to the ground, almost like an animal ran up on you. And the crew that's here that runs these hunts, we've had those same experiences. At times, we've seen what looks like maybe an imp, a small creature that runs through very quickly, but you could see it with your eyes. And we have caught maybe a 2-foot, 3-foot tall figure running around on thermal cams several times. We're not sure what these creatures are either, but we're not the only ones that experience them. A lot of investigators that come through feel that same feeling and see the same things that we're seeing. So tonight, with this group here, I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna experience. So far, I think whatever's here is very excited, and I think they really want their presence known, and they want everybody to know that they're here. So I think it's gonna be a really good investigation tonight. I think there's gonna be a lot of good evidence from this. I'm excited to be a part of it.
There's literally a fucking tornado that supposedly is 10 minutes away, and this alarm, the tornado watch alarm just went off, and it's getting kind of scary out here. Right before we're trying to film in the Old Lake County Jail right now.
This place is, I think this place is cursed, man.
What?
I said I think this place is cursed.
At least for Connor
For you.
it is, yeah.
For me it is definitely. Oh my god.
Could be the Dillinger curse.
Woo. Gotta love a ghost hunt. Never without anything crazy happening beforehand, right?
Alright, where do you guys want to start?
So I think we need to split up because 6 of us is a lot, but this is a pretty big building, so I think that's going to be very useful on the investigation here. So 3 of us, I guess, should take the basement. 3 of us, I think, should go up to that 3rd floor that's thought to be a little bit more negative. So what do we want to do? We want to split up 1 paranormal encounters person and 2 PQ guys on each team.
Sounds good.
Yeah, the 3rd floor definitely has a vibe right now. I was just telling Dave that when I went to retrieve the audio. It's hair stood up and back of the neck, so.
Do we want to do, let's say, Connor, Steve, and Jason 3rd floor, Dave, India, Ryan, basement?
All right, ready?
Cool.
Yeah.
Is there anybody up here on the floor with us? Can you slam something?
I'll make some noise.
guys whistling?
No.
No. You guys aren't whistling? I don't think I caught that in the camera audio. It was like, I literally have goosebumps.
No, move your arm like you just did again real quick. I might have saw movement in that cell on the other side of the bars down there.
Guys, I'm not even kidding. Do you hear that? Is that Indian?
No.
They're in the basement.
There's no way we can hear him.
I don't even think my camera audio is picking any of this stuff up, and there's no way. I just heard a noise down there, but I heard it. It was like just like that, and I was like, wait, what?
Oh my God.
You guys really didn't hear that?
No, not right on.
God, dude, that made my skin crawl. It was so weird. Was that you whistling? Can you whistle again?
So, we are getting ready to go into this room down here in the basement. So far it's been a little quiet besides a couple noises and stuff, but that does not mean that something won't happen, so. We're just getting started, so. That's right, let's get in there.
I'm turning my IR off because I think it's too bright.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of have a little bit of a floodlight going on here, so. I don't know why, this room freaks me out for some reason.
Is anybody down here with us? If you're down here, can you copy me? Can you do 3 taps like this? I don't feel anything down here. At all.
No?
Mm-mm.
Are you down here? You got one more chance before we move upstairs.
Wait, we're at the top of the floor. Oh.
Did you guys just make like a little breath noise? Like, whew?
No.
Okay. Cross rip.
Whoa, okay.
Did you hear that?
Yes, yes.
Let's find out where it is.
Hello?
Awesome.
Who's down here? You guys hear that?
Yes.
That's like a cell door opening. Is there somebody down here in their cell? Whoa. Oh, never mind. It's one of us. Saw a shadow on my camera, but it's one of us.
Okay.
I just have my light on so you can see where we're walking.
Sure. It's really dark.
Oh yeah. What was that noise, guys?
I don't know. To me, though, it sounded like whistling.
Yeah.
But, or like you said, I mean, it could have been a cell door.
It's not like, I mean, who knows what it was, you know?
Yeah, that's part.
Is there anybody up here? In the juvenile area? Let's go to the second floor. I don't like this floor.
It's a little different.
Yeah.
Definitely has a creepy vibe to it. Watch the stairs, careful. Alright, here we go, guys. Second floor. Ready?
Okay.
You guys ready?
Sure.
It's a whole different vibe in this place.
Alright, well, let's head up to Dillinger. You want to do it?
Let's do it.
Let's go. Is this a recorder?
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
What we'll do is we'll set the static cam. Sit down and just listen to this area. Alright guys. We have the static cam filming us. We got the REM pod down here. We are technically on the second floor where they redid this floor for the movie Public Enemies. And Johnny Depp was in here. Just sit here and listen to the building and just see if we can get it to talk over here on the REM pod so we can visually see it. Wait, who is that?
What was that?
That's down.
Whoa, wait, there's a cat ball right up here that just went off.
I saw that. I thought it was Connor messing with
You
you.
have a cat ball?
One of your cat balls just went off.
Where at? Nice.
Were you filming it?
I'm not sure.
Are you guys like done or something in the basement?
We weren't getting anything at all down there. It was really quiet.
If you come in here, we'll tell you what happened to us on the third floor. We moved down here because it's too loud upstairs.
We were going to go to the Dillinger cell.
Okay, let's just go. Pull that shut behind you.
Wait, is this supposed to go?
What was that?
Did you hear the whistle again?
Yeah, that was at the back of the
Hey.
cell box.
Back here.
That was behind Steve.
Steve.
Did you hear that?
I didn't hear anything.
It sounded like it was a breath of air behind you. Like back in there. Is that where you heard it, Connor?
Yeah.
It
Guys.
might have been me. I mean,
Ryan.
I didn't hear. If it was that loud, I would have heard it.
Right.
No, man.
If that was you, could you please make it again for us? You make it feel like no one cares about you, but we do. That's what we're here for. We're here to talk to you.
That was
Where was that?
that was definitely in here. There was a clicking sound on the other side. Like between the cells.
Did you hear that?
What?
It was like.
I
Between
think
the
it,
cells and the outer wall.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard that one too.
That was like.
I thought that was a car.
No, dude. That came from that way.
Oh, shit.
We're hearing whistles. And then those noises. It's like following us from the top floor down here.
They're following us, or there's a lot of imprints in here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I mean, it's hard to tell if it's the same one or same few or new, you know, new
Right.
entities.
Behind me?
What's that?
Couldn't tell if it was that or just the wind. This camera right here is worthless. I'm wasting my time filming this.
Really? Let me see.
Yeah, well now, I mean, now it's better, but it takes like every time I move the camera around, it takes like at least 10, if not 20 seconds to get focus.
Here, why don't you use that static cam? I think, guys, we need to get the spirit box. What do you think? Jason?
The all spirit box?
Yeah.
I guess we could, you know.
Pretty good place to do it. It uses would be good, and it's right there on the table.
Yeah, why don't why don't we, whoa. Did you see that on camera or no?
No, it was out of focus again.
What the f?
Did you get touched?
Yeah, I did. My back shirt got pulled down, tugged down.
Really?
Dude, that was so weird. I thought it was against the pole. I'm like, this is where it was. I'm right here. I was just like this. Can you see me?
Mm-hmm.
I was like this. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah,
I thought
you
he
weren't even
bumped.
close to that pole.
I thought he bumped the pole. That's why I turned around to look.
No, you're like 3 feet away from the wall.
Yeah, I literally felt something tug the back of my shirt. It was like a tug down, one tug. That was really weird. I've never had that happen before.
Okay, John Dillinger, I have a question for you. From everything that I've heard about you, I've learned about you, you were an opportunist. You took any opportunity that you could to make something out of nothing. Are you here with us? If you're here with us, that little white light right there, if you go towards it, it'll let us know that you're here. Can you do that?
If you'd like to be released from jail, can you touch either the white light or the red light?
Maybe we should go check, like, if there's another tornado coming or something.
Does anybody have a phone?
No. Did you hear that? Was that the wind? So we're experiencing some really heavy winds right now, and it's going to make it pretty tough for us to actually decipher whether something's paranormal or whether something is explainable. What we call contamination, meaning we can't trust the evidence that we capture. So we're going to have to rely more on our gadgets for right now than we are our eyes and ears, because there's so much moving outside with the wind. But hopefully we'll get some movement. Hopefully we'll get some something alarming going off. So we just hope there's no more tornadoes going through. Right?
I mean, I'd like it, but
I just...
I don't think Connor or Jason would be very happy. It feels peaceful in here too.
Yeah, but you know where I'm very interested to go?
Where?
The women's. Because that's where the woman is that killed her 3 children.
So right now, Jason and I are going to head down into the basement. And Steve is taking a little break. It's pretty hot in this jail right now. So the other group went down in the basement. I guess they said that they didn't have much luck down in the basement. So we're going to see if we can have some paranormal activity down there. We're going to take the REM pod, the spirit box, and we're going to see if we can communicate with something. Back here, so there used to be a guy who worked here. His name is Smokey, they call him. And what he did is he painted the signs. And there's a sign on this door on the right side back here that he painted. And what happened was he actually died because I think he would drink like some kind of like shaving.
Oh yeah, aftershave.
Aftershave that had alcohol in it. He drank it and he ended up killing himself that way by accident. So actually his room is back here. See, here's the sign. It's one of the signs that he did.
No loafing in here.
Yeah, this was Smokey's room.
Alright, so we're gonna this cell, and this cell belonged to Anne Cunningham, who killed 3 of her children with arsenic. And we've been told that she's quite chatty, so we'll give it a go and see what happens.
I'm gonna set the REM pod right there.
Okay.
It's one spot that's so always dry.
Yeah. Yeah, that is kind of ironic.
Okay. I'm gonna run the spirit box down there.
Do it.
Run the spirit box down here.
Okay.
Whoa. You hear that? Yeah. Who? What was that? Smokey, are you down here in your room?
Whoa, something was just thrown right here,
I
man.
heard that.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Do you have a light? You heard that though, right? That was right in this area.
Mm-hmm.
That was weird. Did you just throw something?
That was really weird. I don't know what that was. It went like, oh! It's really strange.
I heard that from all the way down here. That was loud. Who's howling? Is there anybody here that would want to talk to us? What was that?
Hold on, I'm just changing it to AM because I'm not getting anything on FM.
No, I heard,
It sounded like a door.
yeah. Hello?
Oh, it's too quiet. I can hear. Yeah, there isn't really much happening.
I can hear. Interesting. It's like unusually quiet.
There's nobody out here.
What's been happening? Anything been happening?
We just heard a door or something out in the hallway.
Whoa. What did it say?
Oh, I don't know if I even want to say that yet because I'm not sure, but
What do you think it said?
I mean, it sounded to me, and I could obviously be wrong, it sounded to me like he said something like, or there was a man that said guts hanging out or something. Like guts hanging out, guts hanging. What was that?
No, what is that?
Somebody coming downstairs.
They already came down. Yeah, they should have came down already. Let's go look.
Okay.
Let's leave that running on this REM pod.
Okay. Let me see how much work we're in our way out of there. 6 minutes left, so.
That may be upstairs.
Guys?
But who would that be?
I don't know.
No. There's nobody over here.
After everyone had heard the same noises, We all met up to discuss what we all had heard and were puzzled to learn that the other team was not responsible. It was at this point in the night that Paranormal Quest decided to take a break and give us the building to ourselves for a while. We asked Sandy to join us as the building knows her, and we wanted to see if her presence would stir up any activity.
Okay, so right now we have Sandy with us and Connor. Paranormal Quest boys are outside, and we were gonna go to women's, but we can't get in because the lock is stuck. So we're in Federal right now, and we're hearing some noises. We've been hearing a lot of noises. So we have a periscope set up down here which detects static electricity. If there's anybody in here, my name is India. You know Sandy, and we have Connor as well. And we just want to communicate with you tonight. We're not here to hurt you, we're not here to harm you. We just want to talk to you, help you. So if you're in here, you can make yourself known in many different ways. You can make a noise, you can show yourself if you can, or you can touch one of these lights we have on the floor. It's not going to do anything to hurt you, it's just going to light up and make noises, that's it. Just so we know that you're there.
Inmates, your doors are open. You can come out. I know there was a man by the name of James Cook who was put into solitary confinement for telling on the guards because of what they were doing. James, we know the guards mistreated you here. Could you try to let us know that you're here listening?
I am running a recorder right now, so if you want to ask a few questions, and then we'll play it back.
You guys hear that?
Yeah. Yes.
Was that you that knocked?
Maybe a footstep. Is there someone in the guard walk?
Put it on the floor. Alright, this is going to be an EVP first session. We are in Federal right now. Who was that?
Who's there? What was that?
Could that be the wind?
I don't hear any wind.
I don't hear any wind.
Either.
And I don't feel a breeze.
You're doing a good job.
I have my back to the cell.
Can you do that again? You're doing a really good job. We heard you.
Is there an inmate in solitary confinement?
Thank you. We hear you. We hear you.
Could you make a noise if you're still listening?
There we go.
Yeah, it was a totally different direction.
Yeah. Are you a different person?
Is there a guard in the guard walk?
What is that?
Are you making your rounds?
noise down here. Let's grab the REM pod. Let's move on. Oh boy.
Did you want to do the guard walk? Where we heard the noises?
Let's go down there real quick, then let's go downstairs. Because you know what, I'll be honest with you, if those noises were actually wind, we'd be hearing it a lot. And I haven't heard any of the wind when those noises were going on.
I just heard it again. Are you down there? We're coming down. Make a noise if you don't want us to.
Are all the inmates in the cell? Let's pass lights out. Is this where the guards would walk?
Oh, there is a breeze right here. I wonder if it's this window.
Why wouldn't it be doing it now?
And yeah, it was definitely not that window. It was very, very loud, whatever the hell it was. But the thing is, though, when we were hearing those noises, too, there was no wind we could hear. That's what's weird.
So the guy that passed out on me was looking into this one. And he was standing right here, and he said as he was staring in there, a face came up against his, and he passed out cold right here.
Wait, what's up here? I'm lost.
That's juvenile that way, or go the other way and go back.
Shh. Ooh.
Noise behind you?
Yeah. Like walking up behind me.
This is possession corner.
What?
This is possession corner.
Now you tell us.
We've had 3 people have it happen to them here.
Oh. Well, I just got walked up on behind. That's why I turned around. Alright, should we make our way down? Once we finished our solo investigation with Sandy, Ryan and Jason headed upstairs to the federal cell block. The rest of us made our way into the house part of the jail where the sheriff had resided while it was in operation. We decided that this would be a perfect time to introduce the portal.
What building are we in right now?
Sheriff, are you in here with us?
That was a woman's voice, right? Or was that someone talking? Sheriff Holly. Are any of the guards here? That was a woman's voice right there.
That wasn't mine.
Yeah, it was.
That was so creepy.
Are there any females up here?
That was
Dave? Or Dave?
It sounded like my name, yeah.
Can you say Dave?
Whoa! Whoa! God, that scared me.
Did you hear the sirens earlier?
God. Can you tell us your name?
Murder?
That's what it sounded like.
Is that what you were in here for, was murder? Or did you witness murder? Did you know John Dillinger?
Yes.
Yes, clear as
Oh,
day.
that was so clear.
Thank you.
Were you locked up with him?
Did you arrest John Dillinger? Did you let John Dillinger escape?
He left.
He left.
That's what I heard, yeah.
Yeah, he left.
He did it?
Are there children in the house? Me too. Did you hear that whisper?
Yes, I did hear this.
The wind banging against that window is what we're hearing. Are you still with us?
Can you say Dillinger?
Sounded like get out when I walked
That's
in.
what I thought I heard, but
It's like get out. I actually heard a metallic door just a minute ago.
maybe the boys came back downstairs.
Yeah, should we wrap it up, guys? Are we downstairs?
Oh, there is.
What?
I said maybe the boys came back and Steve said there's definitely something downstairs.
Though long out of operation, the Old Lake County Jail is still active with the echoes of the inmates who once felt as though their time behind bars would never end. John Dillinger may have been able to escape, but it appears that some still haven't. We thank Ryan, David, Jason, and Steve for joining us on this adventure. They truly are some of the best in the business. From a tornado to us all having a spooky experience, our collaboration inside this iconic jail was one we will remember for a long while. Paranormal Encounters and Paranormal Quest are just getting started.